still many islands. Most of you know Manhattan, Long Island, Staten Island, Roosevelt Island, and City Island. Most people, when they think of an island, they think of a beautiful beach and sand and stuff like that, warm weather, and places to get away, you know. But there's a place in Queens that the criminals go. Sorry. There's a place in Queens. There's an island. There's an island in Queens that criminals go away. There's an island in Queens that criminals can get away from life for a while. I'm talking about Rikers Island. Rikers Island is a jail. It consists of inmates with sentences for less than a year and inmates that are awaiting sentencing. It has 10 facilities in the jail. It houses males and females over the age of 16. Rikers Island is the largest jail in the United States. It holds approximately 15,000 inmates. All right. Rikers was owned by the Riker family, which were from Dutch origin. They owned the island until 1884, which they sold it to the city for $180,000. They used it as a training ground for African American regiments during World War II. They turned it into a jail in 1932. The first jail was JATC, James A. Taylor Center, which is a maximum security jail. It had single cells. It currently is closed. It expanded from 87 acres to 415 acres. Like I said before, there's 10 facilities. North Infirmary Command is a hospital. It's part hospital and part, there's dorms there that holds protective custody inmates. Rosenstinger is the facility for women, and West End facility is the facility for people that have contagious diseases, like tuberculosis. Life as an inmate. In December 2006, in George R. Vierno Center, there was a riot, inmates against inmates. Two gangs, Dominican Power and the Crips. It turned into a race war, blacks against Spanish. The jail was in lockdown for a couple of days. So when the COs, correctional officers, came for a search, they started rioting on the COs. So when inmates want to stop a riot, they have a hunger strike. They want to stop a lockdown, they have a hunger strike. Famous people that were there, Foxy Brown is still in the facility. Tupac Shakur was there in 1994. The guy from the Bronx Tale that killed the cop, supposedly he killed the cop, Lilio Brancato Jr. And there was a high-profile case. Everybody heard of Met St. Jean? Well, the guy that killed her was Darrell Littlejohn. They kept him in close custody. He wasn't allowed contact with any inmates. They brought him his phone. He had rec outside in a cell, like rec. All right, the visiting process. There's a bus, it's a limited bus, it's called the Q101. It goes directly to Rikers, it stops in Queensbridge, in Queens, in Queens Plaza too. It makes 2 stops and takes you directly there. When you get off the bus, you wait online outside, and the CO checks your ID, and then you can go inside. You go through metal detectors, your stuff gets searched, and then you go to a desk where you register for whatever facility you're going to. And then you get 2 papers, you fill them out, and then you sit by the waiting area where you're going to, the facility. And then you just wait for the next bus that takes you directly to the facility. Once you get there, you get off the bus, you wait outside again till the COs open the door to the facility to let you in. And then you get searched again through metal detectors, and your stuff gets searched again. And you get stamped in your hand. Then you put your stuff in the lockers, and then you wait to be called again. And then you get searched again. Yeah, it's a lot. And then you wait for your visit. There's an hour for your visit. Interesting things are that Rikers is actually in the Bronx, but the address is East Elmhurst, which is in Queens. And something else is inmates are allowed to get married in the facility. They have a reverend there and everything. It's like a ceremony, but it's like short, like 15 minutes, whatever, and you can leave.
Can I ask a question?
Huh?
So that means they've got female inmates and male inmates together?
No,
Oh,
inmates
okay. I got you.
inmates get married to people outside.
Right, I got you.
So now you know a little bit about Rikers Island. Go to beautiful islands, just don't end up at Rikers.